It's that time of year where coaster channels and the people who run them announce what parks they will be visiting in 2019, and I've got quite a few this year. This will be my biggest year for coasters ever. So I guess we'll get right into it. So the first park I'm going to be attending this year will be the IX Indoor Amusement Park. I went there in 2017, and according to their website, they actually are going to have more coasters this year. I think a total of 6 coaster credits, if you count some weird ARM flat ride, which I rode last time, so I already have the credit, but still. 6 coaster credits, most of them kids rides, but a Pinfari Zyklon and a Reverchon or Zamperla, I can't really tell, spinning mouse. I already have the Wild Mouse credit, but I don't have the Zyklon credit, and they got a bunch more. They got an SBF spinner, a bunch of rides there. So I'll be heading there on March 29th. That'll be my first park of the year. That date there is pretty much set in stone. Not all of these are set in stone. A lot of these are just kind of speculation. There's a big group of parks for my first real coaster trip I've gone on that are set in stone. But that one's mostly set in stone. On March 29th, I'll be at the IX Indoor Amusement Park. So then moving out of March, that's the most recent visit, we get to April and May. So sometime in late April, early May, not exactly sure yet, but think around the last 10 days of April or first 10 days of May, I'll visit Kings Island with some friends. Not sure on the exact date, obviously. But yeah, go there for start of the year. And yeah, that's not really set in stone yet, but that's pretty likely. And then sometime here in late May, maybe around 22nd, that sort of area, maybe towards the end of May, but before Memorial Day weekend, of course, I'll probably be going to Cedar Point. And if you want to know these exact dates, I will announce them in the Discord when I know them. But for right now, I just know it'll be around late May. So then moving on from that, we get to some of the more exciting ones on this list. So I've got sort of a family wedding going on in Chicago during Memorial Day weekend. So I will finally be able to visit the long-awaited Six Flags Great America. Aiming for May 28th on that one, so that's the Tuesday after Memorial Day. I think that is going to be a great trip. I don't know how many credits I'll be able to get while I'm there, but hopefully I can at least ride the big ones like Goliath and, of course, Max Force this year. We'll see if we can ride that, but should be able to get some pretty good rides in on that trip, and it should be good. But then after that, we get back from that, and, well, that's where my big coaster trip is. So I'm calling it the East Coaster Trip. A very smart name there. It runs from June 2nd to June 8th. These are all parks I've not been to yet, and I'm really anticipating a lot of these parks. So the first park on the trip will be on Sunday, June 2nd. I will be going to Kennywood. Really excited to try Steel Curtain and, of course, Phantom's Revenge. I know it's a Sunday, but it had to be moved to a Sunday. The thing with Kennywood is it's sort of close to me. It's about 3 hours away. So if I ever want to go back and if I miss some credits or I want to get re-rides, it's not out of the picture. So we moved it to Sunday so we can have a little more time at some of the other parks on these lists, like the one I will be attending on Monday, June 3rd, which is Hershey Park. This is one I've always wanted to go to, ever since I first started getting into coasters. Sky Rush looks absolutely amazing. Same thing, I mean, this park is going to be pretty cool just because I can see a lot of the rides that were blueprints in RCT3, like Storm Runner. That's how I learned about Storm Runner. So it's going to be really awesome to go to Hershey Park. So I'm definitely looking forward to that, and obviously we've only allotted one day for that, but actually we haven't. Because I figure we might not have enough time to do everything there. So on Tuesday, June 4th, we're going to get up and then head to Hershey Park again for the start of the day. So, you know, maybe get some re-rides on Sky Rush. If we missed any coasters, we can ride them then. And then after that, we're going to drive a couple miles, about 40 miles north, to Knoebels and ride Phoenix and, well, whatever else we can ride. I mean, that park looks really nice. But the nice thing about it is it looks small enough that we can get it out of the way in a couple hours. I don't really think I need to stay there for all that long. But then after Knoebels, we're going to drive back south the same day at night to Allentown, because on Wednesday, June 5th, we will be going to Dorney Park. This park, I like it because it looks like the definition of a Cedar Fair park. And I like Cedar Fair parks. I like Cedar Fair stuff. So I think it'll be a really neat park. Steel Force looks pretty darn good, especially if it's running fast. Hydra, I think it's Hydra, or Hydrus. I think it's Hydra. Hydra the Revenge, I think it is. That looks like a really, really good floorless. Maybe my favorite floorless. Maybe even beating Superman Krypton Coaster. And then Talon also looks pretty decent. So definitely looking forward to Dorney Park. But then, after Dorney Park, it should be a shorter day, so we should have time to drive over to, and this has all been planned out, over to Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson, New Jersey, which is definitely my #1 bucket list park on this list here. Maybe Hershey Park. It's a close call. But we have allotted enough time that we'll get there on Thursday, June 6th, and I'll be there both June 6th and Friday, June 7th at Six Flags Great Adventure. It should be awesome. Should be able to ride El Toro a ton. Cannot wait to ride that thing, as well as King Dakar, so I can, look at all the GP videos with King Dakar in it and say, hey, I rode that. But that'll be pretty darn cool. So then after that, Saturday, June 8th, who knows? Anything could happen. Pier parks are a possibility. Even Nickelodeon Universe, which, as many of you probably know, has the steepest coaster in the world. If it's open by this time, we may end up there. Or nothing. We could just drive right back home. Depends on how the rest of the group and myself are feeling after all those days of coasters. So yeah, that is my East Coaster trip. I will be doing vlogs from every park, probably. So you'll see plenty of that as we continue. Also, sometime before all this happens or after, during the summer, I will definitely be going to, most likely be going to Kentucky Kingdom and Holiday World. Those dates are still to be announced, though. Check the Discord for updates. And then for the rest of the summer, I plan on working at Cedar Point, so you may see me there, and I'll let you know if I can say what ride I'm working on or whatever, or what position if I don't work at a ride. But yeah, I will definitely do updates in the Discord, and you'll probably find a video on it. So anyway, this list is not final. As college starts, as many of you may know, I'm graduating in May. So as college starts in the fall, more parks may be added. We'll see what I can get to, what happens. But yeah, that is the list right now. Again, if you're curious on any updates, just check in the Discord. I will be adding updates to that. You can find me at any of these parks. So yeah, I hope to see you at some of these parks if you try and find me. If not, well, you can at least expect vlogs from me. So anyway, that is the list of parks I know I'm visiting for 2019 for the most part. There could be things added, there could be things removed, but that is the tentative list. So thanks for watching, and I'll give you more updates when or if I have them.